So yes, so I'm Nicole, and my studio is Sheldrake Pilates and Movement. And I have been teaching Pilates for 10 years now, and then yoga before that. And I kind of got into the hypermobility area. My husband is hypermobile, and I have some joint hypermobility in my shoulders. So that kind of led me into that niche, but I also just teach general Pilates mat classes online as well. And I have been doing that since 2020, and it's been really fun. So today we're gonna jump right into our beginner mat Pilates class, and we're gonna start in standing. If you are on your, whenever you're on your back, if you need like a little pillow for your head to make your neck feel better, feel free to grab that. And we're going to move this line in all directions for about 15 or 20 minutes. And if you've done mat Pilates before, then you'll recognize some of the exercises we're doing, keeping it fairly beginner, so accessible for everyone, but adding in some little adaptations to make it a little more challenging for those of you who want that today. So let's come on up to a standing position and we will get started. So we will start just in a comfortable standing position for you. And actually, I will turn sideways. And you're going to bring your weight mostly into your heels for your nice standing alignment, and allow your arms to just relax down by your side. Just see how things feel in this position today. And I'd like you to start rocking forward and back. So you're shifting the weight from your heels to the balls of your feet, and just feel as you shift your weight forward that the muscles in the front of the body come on as they get a little extra load there, and as you go back, you may feel the muscles in the back of the body turn on. So your knees are going to be a little bit soft, shoulders are relaxed, and we'll go a couple more times, just finding that sensation. So this is what we want with our muscles, right? When we're moving, we want them to respond to the load that's coming onto them, not that we have to like tense everything up. You know, when I'm moving forward, I don't have to tense everything up. Unless I feel I'm gonna fall, then I'm gonna tense. But otherwise, we want just some gentle support. So from here, you're going to just take your hands and place one hand on your lower wrist, one hand on your lower belly, soften your shoulders, and we'll go into some breathing. So as you inhale, you want to feel your belly and your lower ribs expand to your lower ribs expand into your hands. And then as you exhale, you want to just feel them gently soften in. So your breathing apparatus, you're going to keep going with that, is the key part of your core container of muscles. And you want to just make sure you're connected there. So you can use the breath as your tool through your movement session. After your next inhale, you're going to exhale and relax your arms down by your side. Then from here, we're going to roll down. So nodding the chin, rolling forward. Let the knees be soft. And if this doesn't feel great for your back, you just come on down to the floor. However, it does feel good for your back. So once your hands are on the floor, you're going to come to a seated position at the end of your mat. And then from here, you're going to roll all the way down to your back. Once your head is on the floor, you're going to walk your feet in, feet flat. And then place your hands either on the floor, wherever feels good for your shoulders, or you're going to place your hands on your lower belly. And we're going to start by, again, using the breath, so helping our movement with the breath. So as you exhale, bring your pubic bone towards your belly button, tilting your pelvis. And as you inhale, you're going to create a little bit of space at your lower back and arch your lower back, tilting your pelvis forward. Exhale. Pubic bone towards belly button, your lower back is nice and heavy. And then as you inhale, you're arching. Now, as I said, we want to use the breath to do this. Of course, there'll be muscular work as well. But what you're looking for is that you're not pushing into your feet to do this, but you're really inhaling, letting everything expand, letting those muscles lengthen across the front. And then as you exhale, your kind of center muscles are contracting to bring the pelvis into that tilt. So a couple more, warming up the back here and the hip joints. And you might feel this farther up your spine as well, depending on what's going on this morning. One more, and then come back to a comfortable position for your spine. Again, with your hands just on your lower belly. Again, you're going to inhale, and then as you exhale, allow that container of muscle around your torso to just gather in and sink gently away from your hands. So as you inhale, just invite the breath in, expand, and as you exhale, gently bring those muscles in. A couple more like that. What you're thinking here is feeling that sensation, but also not allowing the pelvis to change position, allowing your hips to change position. We're just focusing on a gentle contraction of those muscles. One more like that. Inhale and exhale. And from here, roll over to your side, come onto your hands and your knees. So from hands and knees, let's just do a couple cat and cow. Everyone's pretty familiar with cat and cow, I imagine, if you've been exercising for any period of time. So you're lifting your heart and your tail into your cow and then rounding your back into your cow. So again, coming into that idea of breath and core connection that we've been working on, bring your spine back to a fairly neutral or flat position. We're going to do pregnant cat. So if you can, bring your hands a little closer together. You're going to take one hand and place the back of your hand on your lower back. If you can't do that, no problem. You can just keep your hands on the floor. You're going to inhale and just allow your belly again to soften towards the floor. And as you exhale, just like we were doing on our backs, you're going to bring the lower belly muscles in, those deeper core muscles in, but your hand is there to make sure that your pelvis doesn't move. Again, you're going to inhale, let the belly sink towards the floor, and then exhale. Feel the lower belly muscles drawing in as you exhale. And then switch hands. Other hand goes behind the back, just at the back of the pelvis. Inhale, soften in the front because we want to be able to soften as well as contract. And then exhale to draw in. Last one, inhale and exhale. Okay, and then come to a seated position from here at the front of your mat again. We're going to start with the roll back. So feet are going to be flat on the floor. Your hands could be behind your thighs, or they could be reaching forward for a little extra fun. You're going to take an inhale, nice tall spine, and as you exhale, roll, lengthen your spine towards the floor, bringing your spine into a nice deep curve with soft shoulders, and then lift up as you inhale. Let's do that 3 more times. Exhale, rolling back, keeping the front of the hips as relaxed as you can, and keeping the spine long. So it's easy to think in Pilates or with gravity. And we're just gonna lengthen and curl back. And one more, rolling back. We're gonna do 3 more like this, just working on lengthening the hips, using the core muscles. If you wanna go a little farther, you could roll all the way down to the floor. And then sweep the arms up to the side, and then lift up all the way back up. So more challenging to go all the way down. And lift. Let's do one more, last one, rolling down through the spine. And circle the arms and soft shoulders, come all the way up. Good. Now we'll have the belly roll all the way down to your back. Again, hands to the floor. You're going to walk your feet all the way in. From here, you're going to bring your hands behind your head, elbows in your peripheral vision. As you exhale, nod your chin and curl your spine up, keeping your pelvis nice and still, and then roll the spine back down. And what I want you to think here as you're going into an ab curl is that you're actually lengthening the spine out behind you. Again, working on that Pilates idea of lengthening the spine. Instead of curling into a tiny ball, it's more getting longer and lifting to come up. Next time you're up in your curl, let's hold there for a couple of breaths, letting your head nestle into your hands. And keeping that breath going. And then come all the way back down to the mat. Bring your hands down to the mat. Walk your feet a little closer together. And then bring one leg up to a tabletop position and the other leg up to a tabletop position. From here, we're going to do some toe taps. So keeping the knee at the same angle, you're going to tap one leg down towards the floor and the other leg down towards the floor. Keep going from side to side. And you want your back to be nice and heavy. Keep going. A little less challenging is to lift one leg up to tabletop and then down, and then the other leg up to tabletop and down. So we'll do a couple more of these. Pelvis, spine, nice and stable, shoulders relaxed, and that breathing is continuing. Nice, easy breath. Last one on the left. And you're going to bring both feet down to the floor. And from here, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Let the arms be heavy. If you need support for your head and your neck, you can bring your hands behind your head. Otherwise, we're going to curl up again into that chest curl and pause here with the arms parallel to the floor. Good. If you feel pretty comfortable here, you could bring your legs up to a tabletop position and then begin to pop your arms by your side, keeping your wrists and elbows nice and straight. Can you stay breathing? You could always bring your head down at any point. If you want a little more core work, then you're extending your legs out. If you want a little more fun, you're lifting one leg up, you're one leg down. And then the scissors, you're curling up a little bit higher. Breathing, last two. And the last one. Bring the legs back to tabletop, head, chest, arms, everything down to the floor. Keep the feet parallel. Let's bridge up. So articulating from the tailbone, lifting all the way up, and then rolling back down from the upper back. Sinking each vertebra down one at a time. Let's do two more bridges like that. We'll tuck at the tail, and then lift. Working your way up the spine, and then the hips are trying to stay high as long as they can. So you're working one end of the spine against each other, getting a feeling of opposition as you lift and lower. Throats nice and open. And then come all the way back down. Good. Next time you're down on the floor, bring your right leg to tabletop and extend it towards the ceiling. We're going to flex and extend the ankle. Ooh, maybe getting a nice stretch along the back of the leg. You can always hold the leg if that feels better for you. Last two, extending and bending the ankle. And you're going to extend the ankle. We're going to do a set of leg circles. So 4 in each direction. Lower your right leg towards the end of the mat. Then bring it out to the side, back and up. 3 more like this. And your goal here is to keep your pelvis stable again as the load of your leg is changing in the circle. And then reverse direction. 4, 3, shoulders stay relaxed. 2, last one. And then bring that leg to the floor. Try the other side. Extending up, holding the thigh if you need, and then flexing and extending your ankle, really reaching the heel up to lengthen the back of the leg, and then maybe even stretching the top of the foot as you extend the toes. And after this next one, you can extend the ankle gently, and then we'll do 4 leg circles in each direction. So lowering towards the floor, and then circling around out to the side. How controlled can you stay across your center? You're holding your leg from your center muscles. After your 4th one, reverse direction, out to the side, down, back, and up. It doesn't matter how big your circle is, it's more about how controlled you can stay through center. After your last one, you're going to hug your knees into your chest. Do a little rock on the back from side to side. And then place your feet on the floor and roll over onto your side. Or sorry, roll up to a seated position. Do that. All right, so in your seated position, You're gonna bring your feet a little bit wider than your mat, and then you're finding your nice tall spine, so you're sitting right on top of the sitting bones, and your rib cage is floating above your hips, head is floating above your rib cage. Arms will reach out to the side, and you want your arms just a little bit in front of your shoulders for soft. We're gonna do some twisting here. Now, your legs are straight and your knees are kind of dropping down towards the floor, and you feel it in your back. You're just gonna soften your knees a little bit or a lot, even, whatever works for your body. Twist towards your right with your rib cage, your upper torso, and then you're gonna reach your left hand, your left pinky finger towards your right pinky toe, and then your right hand is gonna reach behind you. So you're twisting and reaching the piece of taffy, and then you're gonna come back up and go to the other side. Twist, dive, reach right hand for left pinky toe, and then left hand behind you, and then back up. Keep going from side to side. Twist, reach, dive. You're looking down at your knee as you twist from side to side. So you're curling forward and twisting the spine. Let's do one more. Exhale, twist, getting deep. Inhale, exhale, twist to the left. And inhale, back up. Lower your fingertips to the floor on either side of you. Reach your left arm up towards the ceiling, and then side bend over to your right. And then lift up, left fingertips to the floor, reach your right arm up, side bend over to the left. Two more like that. I'm gonna turn to the scale. We're gonna go over to the side and then back up. And keeping that nice tall spine. Lift. And over. And then after your third set, just place your hands behind you, give your legs a little wiggle. All right, swing your legs around to the side, and then come on down to your side. So your bottom arm could be lengthened with your head resting, or you could prop yourself up on your elbow. What we're looking for here is finding the back of the head against the back of the mat, your tailbone, and the back of your rib cage in line with the back of your mat too. And then your legs are gonna just pike forward a little bit here. So you want your head to be supported in some manner, and then your other hand could be on your hip. So here we're looking again at that hip stability while we're working the legs. You're going to externally rotate that top leg, kick it up towards the ceiling with an extended ankle, and then come down with the hooks. Kicking up and getting longer as you kick. Okay. Last two. And last one. Get from here, we're going to do 8 tiny circles in each direction as fast as you can. 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll over onto your belly. Place your forehead on the floor and your hands a little bit wider than your shoulders, just in front of your shoulders. Tops of the feet anchor into the mat. Lift your head up in line with your spine, and then lift your chest, drawing up those deeper core muscles, and maybe tucking your pelvis a little bit to lengthen your lower back. And then you're going to reach your heart to come down for a mini swan. 2 more like that. Lift the head, lift the chest, and then extend the heart forward here. Thinking of the upper back, doing most of the work here. Your core is working hard to keep that pelvis nice and still. Reaching back through the toes. And then push yourself back to your child's pose. You can rest your head on your hands or the floor, and let your hips rock from side to side. Take a nice deep breath into your back. Long exhale, soften down. And then bring your hands underneath your shoulders, and then float your hands off the mat if you can, and roll your spine up from your center. Just sitting on your heels, sweep your legs around, and then come on down to your side for side kicks on the other side. Again, lining up your spine with the back edge of your mat, and then bringing your feet forward to the front edge of your mat, supporting your head on your bottom arm or on your bottom hand. Top hand can go on your hip or in front of you. And we're starting with that kick up with an extended ankle and coming down with a flexed ankle. And you're trying not to let your top hip rock back, but keep them stacked. Last 2. Last 1. Good. And then 8 tiny circles in each direction as fast as you can. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Again, roll over onto your belly. Push yourself back to that child's pose. Give your tail a little wiggle. Yeah. From here, you're going to come turn around, facing the end of your mat. Feet flat. We're going to do rolling like a ball. So rolling like a ball is not for everyone's back. So if it is not for your back, you can do that same exercise you were doing before. So get some nice work where you're rolling back and just practicing that lengthening of the spine and connecting with your core. Another option is rolling on your spine is not your thing, is to bring the inner edges of your feet together. You're going to come into the rolling like a ball position, inner edges of the feet together. Everyone can do this. You're going to float your feet off the mat. You're holding either behind your thighs or onto your shins, trying to get into your small ball position. If you can't roll, you're going to tuck your tail a little bit and then lift your back a little bit. So you're balancing just behind your sitting bones. Ooh, this is some good balance and core work. If you want to go for the full rolling like a ball, your neck is going to stay still. Your hands are pressing into your shins are pressing into your hands. You're going to inhale, go back, keeping that shape. Exhale, balance at the top. Let's do 5 like that. Inhale back, exhale up. All core, legs stay still. So we're really focusing the work into the core. You can lift your elbows. You've got this nice frame of the legs and the arms. And unlike me, you're going to keep your neck super still. You want to look at this. Last 2. Last 1, inhale, exhale, come on up, place the feet down, turn over onto your hands and your knees. And again, let's round the spine up, lift the tail, lift the heart. Last 1, round the spine up into your cat, meow, and then into your cow. Okay, from here, tuck your toes, walk your hands back to your knees. You're going to lift up into your forward fold and then roll up to standing or come to standing, however works for you. Once you get to standing, inhale the arms up overhead. And then exhale, reach the hands up to the side and push your hands down towards the floor like you're pushing through maple syrup. Spine nice and tall. And you are done your Pilates class for today. Thank you, everyone.